Hello you guys, welcome back to another Sunday video. Thank you all for being here. I am sorry I was absent last week. As most of you already know, I made an emergency trip down to South Carolina and I was fortunate enough to be there when my niece Mia was born. She is absolutely perfectly perfect in every way and I adore her so much and I miss her so much and I wish I were there, but I'm not. I am back home in New York, but I am ready to do another Sunday video for you guys. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome to my home. And today we are going to try and recreate the Popeyes Chicken Sandwich. So here's the deal. Unless you've been living under a rock, Popeyes Chicken has come back out with this chicken sandwich. And it has been hysteria. Yet again, the first time it came out, people went crazy. Now it's back and people are still going crazy. I don't even know that I want to go there anytime soon to even try it. So instead, I have been looking online. I have come across several different recipes and instead, we are going to try and recreate the Popeyes chicken sandwich in the safety of my home. So, without further ado, this is the Popeyes chicken sandwich. And yes, it takes a lot of ingredients, but it will make 4 sandwiches. So, this is everything you are going to need. And yes, it's a lot. Now, I am making a spicy mayonnaise to go with it. So, if you do not want that spicy mayonnaise, you can skip part of it, but for the most part, you basically need those same ingredients for the rest of it. So I have 2 chicken breast cutlets that I'm going to cut in half and smash. We are using brioche rolls. You will need butter, buttermilk, vegetable oil for frying. We are using mayonnaise, Louisiana hot sauce, kosher dill pickles, and here are the seasonings and spices we will be using. Fine sea salt, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, ground black pepper, cayenne pepper, and cornstarch. Again, I know it's a lot, but this is everything we are going to need to make this recipe. All right, now I have some wax paper that I'm just gonna sit down. I've got my piece of chicken, and what I wanna do is I wanna cut this in half. So I have a sharp knife, so just cut your chicken. And those ones are good. All right, once you have cut your chicken, I'm going to lay them flat. I'm going to lay another piece over them. Move my cutting board. And now you're going to beat your chicken flat. Pound it out, each piece. All right. Beat the life out of it. Now that's good to go, and we are going to start our marinade. In a separate container, we are going to add the dry ingredients for the marinade, and that will be 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Give all of those ingredients. You don't even need a fork, you can just give it a shake, shake, shake. But I like to make sure those are good and mixed. Now we have a separate bowl to which we are adding 1 cup of buttermilk, full fat, 1 tablespoon of Louisiana hot sauce, and now your dry ingredients. Now, give that a good mix. And your spicy marinade is just about ready. All right, when you're content with your marinade, go ahead and add your beaten chicken. So just take your pounded out chicken, drop it in. Another one. Drop it in. Drop it in. All right. Now, just make sure all of your chicken is covered in the marinade. So now this does have to sit. You always want to let stuff with a marinade sit. Recommended would be overnight, probably. But I'm going to let mine sit for 4 hours. I'm going to cover it and let it sit in the refrigerator for 4 hours. Alright guys, we have about half an hour till we pull the chicken out. And once we pull it out, it's going to sit for half an hour. Sorry. That's my refrigerator in the back. Alright now. Alright. Right now, we're going to go ahead and make the spicy mayonnaise. You do not have to do this. You can skip this if you do not like mayonnaise or don't even want to try it. So, we're going to go ahead and make the spicy mayonnaise and then cover it and put it in the fridge to let it meld together while we're frying and all that good stuff. So, let's get started. Like my husband and Michael will totally skip this part. But we are going to use 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. So, 1, 2, 3. To the mayonnaise, you will add 2 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 2 tablespoons of the Louisiana hot sauce. Number 2. Now, you're just going to give those a mix. Make sure those are combined really, really well. All right, our spicy mayonnaise is ready. I'm going to put the lid on it to let it meld together, combine up while the chicken is frying. So, let's get this cooling. All right, I've pulled out my chicken, and I'm just going to let this sit for about half an hour. You don't want your chicken to be too cold while you're frying. So, we're going to let this sit for half an hour while we get everything else ready. It is time to start making the breading. So in this bowl, we are going to add 1.5 cups of flour and a half, 3/4 of a cup of cornstarch, 2, 3. Now some seasoning and spices. 1.5 tablespoons of paprika and a half, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, half, 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder, half, 1.5 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, and a half, 1.5 tablespoons of cayenne, and a half, 2 teaspoons of fine sea salt, and 2 teaspoons of pepper. And number 2. Yeah, this thing takes a lot of seasonings. And I'm just going to take my fork and I'm going to give that a good mix. All right, once that is nice and combined, you can set it aside and let's get to the chicken. All right, we are going to turn our heat to about medium high. You want to reach 350 degrees. All right, I am using a deep pot and I have my oil in, and I've used enough oil to make sure that my chicken is submerged. This is smelling good. And now we're gonna go ahead and get to the chicken. Now I know this will seem weird, but let's go with it. I'm trying to drip off some of the excess. You're going to take your chicken, put it on the paper towel. Then you're going to take paper towels and you're going to try and get off some excess of this. I know that seems weird, but that's just how it goes. So now we are going to quickly take about 1/3 cup. I have to get a little bit more. Pour it into your flour mixture. Give that a good mix. We're going to take our chicken, drop it in the flour, take our other piece, drop it next to it, and we are going to make sure this is nice and coated. So take your pieces, flip them over, shimmy them down in there. All right, we are almost ready to start frying. Once our grease is ready, we'll throw them in. All right, we are ready to go. My normal thermometer that I use needs to be recalibrated. So I am using my candy thermometer, and it says the oil is hot enough. I do want to show you that there is going to be a part where we take it out and we let the chicken sit a minute, and then it's going to go back in. Because of that, I am using my pan. I'm just using my pizza one. It's the first one I grabbed, with some parchment paper. So we are about ready to get this show on the road. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my chicken. I'm using my tongs so I'm nice and safe. We're going to drop it in. And I'm going to take one more. I'm going to drop it in. We are going to let those fry in here for about 4 to 6 minutes until they are cooked to 350. Ooh, we are sizzling. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take them out. Look at that. And I'm going to sit it right on my parchment paper. I'm going to grab the other one. Ooh. I'm going to sit that on my parchment paper. Now I'm going to let those cool a minute while I grab a hold of these. And I'm going to start frying these. So I'm going to grab a hold of this one and put that one in there too. Alright, now we're going to let those cook for about 4 to 6 minutes also. And then we're going to throw them back in for another minute. And that extra minute of the double fry is going to give it that extra crisp. Woo, we are almost done. Okay, here we go again. We're going to take this piece out, sit it there. Take this piece out, sit it there. Now we're going to get that extra crisp. You're going to leave these in for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. And then you're going to do the same thing again with these. Alright, you're going to take it out. Sit it back down on there. Grab your other piece. Sit it back there. Throw these pieces back in. Let those fry for another minute. Extra crispiness. Alright, we're going to turn that off. We're going to go ahead and pull both of these back out. They are good to go. Alright, those are good to go. So I'm going to flatten the top one just a little bit because I know it's not fitting in mine. So I'm going to toast my buns in the toaster. Woo! Gonna grab some butter. Smear butter on your buns. This will be easier for me to do, not holding. a camera. All right, here we go. I'm going to take some of the spicy mayonnaise. I'm going to spread it around both slices of the bread, and I'm going to try this both ways, with and without. So there's spicy mayo, and I'm just going to put my chicken down, lay my pickle across, and boom. Look at that. My own Popeyes chicken sandwich here at home. Let's get another one ready. Buttering my toasted bun. Whew. Take another piece of chicken. I'm gonna set it there. I'm gonna throw another pickle across. Boom. There's another chicken sandwich without spicy mayo. Alright, let's try these out. Alright guys, here we go. The grand finale. And I think I want to try it without the spicy mayonnaise first, because I don't want to get that impression in my mouth. So, without further ado, I have my spicy chicken, my pickle, my brioche bun that is buttered. And let's try it out. Hopefully it's cooled down enough. Mmm. This is delicious, don't get me wrong. I've never had the Popeyes chicken, so I can't compare it to it. But for a chicken sandwich that I just made here at home, this thing is really, really good. It's delicious. Homemade chicken sandwich. Yeah, I want to keep eating that, but I want to try this spicy one. Let's try the spicy mayonnaise one. Mmm. That is really good. I wasn't sure how it was going to be. It is spicy, and I'm not too much of a big spicy eater, but this thing is good. I'm going to say, guys, if this is anything like the Popeyes chicken sandwich that they're selling right now, I mean, this thing is delicious. But Chick-fil-A, I think, is delicious too. And, I mean, this isn't better than Chick-fil-A. So, I don't know, guys, but this thing is delicious. It's got the spicy. It's got the sweetness from the brioche bun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just made chicken sandwiches at home, and I think they're pretty good, all things considered. So, guys, I don't think it's worth all the hype. Getting yourself arrested or injuring somebody or fighting, I don't think anything is technically worth that unless it's like your family. But a chicken sandwich is not one of them, especially since I just made these here in my own home. So that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. I'm gonna keep eating because they are really good chicken sandwiches that I just made. So otherwise, I'm not going to stab anybody to get a chicken sandwich, but this is definitely delicious. It's definitely a delicious sandwich. Try it out, make the recipe. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I truly appreciate you. And as always, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. If you didn't, like, subscribe. Have a good week, guys. Don't get hurt.